little girls, 3 different towns, 3 matching initials. Their names, their hometowns, and their murders, connected by a terrifying pattern. This is the case of the Alphabet Killer, an unsolved mystery that still haunts upstate New York to this day. Welcome to Crimson Files, where we peel back the layers of America's most chilling true crime cases. Today's case is one that's baffled investigators for over 50 years. Disclaimer: this video contains real-life accounts of violent crime, including disturbing details that may not be suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The content is intended for educational and informational purposes only. All individuals mentioned are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. This channel does not condone or glorify any form of violence. If you or someone you know has been affected by a crime, please seek support from professionals or local authorities. A killer who left no fingerprints, no DNA, only a cryptic signature that earned him a terrifying nickname. This is the Alphabet Killer and the chilling pattern of death he left behind. 1. The first victim, Carmen Colon. November 16, 1971, Rochester, New York. 10-year-old Carmen Colon vanished while running an errand for her grandmother. Witnesses later reported seeing her running half-naked down the side of Interstate 490, frantic, terrified, but no one stopped. Her body was found 2 days later, 12 miles from her home. She had been sexually assaulted, strangled, and dumped in a rural ditch. What made it eerie? Her name was Carmen Colon, and she lived in Rochester, New York. 2 C's. Carmen Colon. At first, it was treated as a tragic, isolated incident, but it wouldn't be the last. The pattern emerges. April 2, 1973, Wanda Volkovich, 11 years old, vanished on her way home from the grocery store in Rochester. Her body was found the next day, strangled, posed, and dumped in a rural area. Her name, Wanda Volkovich. Again, 2 W's. Just 7 months later, it happened again. November 26, 1973, Michelle Maenza. She disappeared while walking to her aunt's house. 2 days later, her body was discovered, beaten, assaulted, and strangled. Her name? Michelle Maenza. 3 victims, 3 double initial names, 3 small girls, each abducted, sexually assaulted, and murdered. Each body dumped near a town that matched their initials. It was no longer coincidence. It was a pattern. The investigation. Panic swept through Monroe County. Parents kept children indoors. Schools upped security. The media dubbed the murderer the Alphabet Killer. Local police and the FBI launched one of the largest manhunts in New York history. Over 800 suspects were investigated. Among them, known sex offenders, parolees, and suspicious neighbors. But the trail was cold. Each victim had been abducted in broad daylight. There were sightings, suspect sketches, a brown vehicle, but no fingerprints, no solid DNA. This was the 1970s, and no reliable witnesses. One lead stood out: a mentally unstable man named Dennis Termini, a known serial rapist who drove a car similar to the one spotted in Wanda's abduction. Termini died by suicide before he could be questioned, and while circumstantial evidence suggested he could be the killer, nothing ever confirmed it. The psychology of the killer. The Alphabet Killer wasn't just a predator. He was calculated. He selected victims by name and geography, a rare trait in serial offenders. Why the double initials? Was it symbolic? Was it a twisted signature? Some criminal profilers believe the killer may have had obsessive-compulsive tendencies or a ritualistic pattern tied to trauma. Others believe it may have been coincidence, but the odds were slim. The chance of 3 girls, all aged 10 to 11, with double initials and hometowns to match, all abducted, raped, and murdered within a 2-year period in the same region? Mathematically improbable. There's also the theory of staging, that the initials were not part of a fetish, but a way to throw off investigators. A red herring, a clue, meant to confuse. DNA testing and new theories. 13 to 1600 hours. In the late 1990s and 2000s, as DNA testing advanced, the Rochester Police Department reopened the Alphabet Killer files. Samples from the crime scenes were retested. Some evidence had degraded, but there were partial profiles. Still, no matches in Cody's. No breakthroughs. New suspects emerged. 1. A Rochester firefighter was investigated in 2007 after a tip linked him to the area during all 3 murders. Another theory pointed toward Kenneth Bianchi, one of the hillside stranglers who had lived in Rochester briefly before moving to Los Angeles. Bianchi denied involvement, but some still believe he may be connected. To this day, no arrests have been made. The case remains open. The killer, if still alive, remains free. The legacy, 16 to 1830. The Alphabet Killer case became the subject of books, documentaries, and even a Hollywood film. But beyond the headlines and theories were 3 little girls: Carmen Colon, Wanda Volkovich, Michelle Maenza. 3 lives stolen, 3 families forever changed. Their case stands as a haunting reminder of how even the most chilling patterns can go unsolved for decades. In 2021, a memorial was held in Rochester on the 50th anniversary of Carmen's death. Community members gathered to remember the victims and to demand justice, even half a century later. The Alphabet Killer may never be identified, but his crimes remind us of the importance of cold case investigations, community awareness, and forensic technology. Because even when the trail runs cold, a pattern of evil leaves fingerprints in time, in trauma, and in memory. And maybe someday, the final piece of this deadly puzzle will fall into place. What do you think? Was the killer driven by a symbolic obsession? Or did he use the initials as a mask? Drop your theories in the comments below. And if you want more deep dives into chilling unsolved cases, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. This has been Crimson Files, where patterns emerge and the past refuses to stay buried.